guys, Angel here. So excited about this video because once again I'm talking about something that I absolutely love, and that's about spirituality. So the other day my husband and my two daughters, we were sitting in the living room and we were just having a conversation about stuff that was going on, you know, that happened during that day. And we were all just sitting there and we were just laughing and talking and just enjoying one another. And it made me realize that my family, most of the time, like 98% of the time, we're happy, we're filled with joy, we are content with life, and it has nothing to do with the money that we have or the possessions that we have. It really has to do with the fact that my family and I, we're like genuinely happy to be alive. And I wanted to share that with you because I feel like that when you can tap into the spiritual realm of life, it makes your days so much better. It makes you relax more. You don't get up in arms when crises happen or, you know, certain things that we didn't plan for throughout the day. And so my whole entire house, everyone in my house knows that we don't experience bad days. To us, a bad day is someone died. Period, point blank. And I think that if you can adopt that kind of mindset, you can really overcome a lot of things in your life. A lot of the incidents, if you get a flat tire, you didn't die. If you even get sick and you don't die, like you're sick, you're not dead. I'm dealing with some health issues. I'm not dead. It's really about keeping things in perspective. And not just keeping things in perspective, but walking that perspective out, walking that out, how you see things. So our moods are typically caused by the things that we're thinking about. So if you're in a bad mood, you're probably thinking of something negative. Or if you're in a good mood, you're probably thinking about something good. And so it really depends on, it really has a lot to do with what you're thinking about. In the Bible, one of my favorite scriptures, and I believe it's in Acts, and Miss Keisha King, if you are watching this video, I know you'll find it for me. I love you so much. I believe it's in Acts, and it says, you know, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are excellent, whatever things are good, think on those things. I think that is so powerful. God is just so good. Like, He even gave us the specifics on what to think about. And more often than not, human beings are more prone to think about the negative things in life, more so they are the positive things. And so when you have the perspective and when you realize that I am going to sign up to this new way of thinking, this new lifestyle of, if no one died in my family, it was a good day. It was a good day. So the spiritual world, you know, is all of the things that we cannot see. We can't see our thoughts, but we can feel them. We can't see the wind, but we can see the effects of it. And so when you tap into the spiritual realm in the Bible, and I believe it's Romans 8:28, where God says all things will work together for the good of those who work together for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to His purpose and His plan. When you live that out, and when you really believe, if you can really get it into your system that all things are going to work out, they're not just going to work out. They're not just going to work out. Things are not just going to work out and everything is going to be fine. But all things are going to work out for your good. For your good. Things are going to work out. You can get that into your mindset that all things are going to work out for your good. I promise you, you will be able to live in such a way that things that typically piss the average person off, they won't piss you off. You'll just continue throughout your day in a good mood because, number one, you're thinking about things that are lovely, you're thinking about things that are pure and just and that are excellent. So you got your mind right? And then so if you get a flat tire, all things are going to work out for your good. Maybe you avoided an accident up the street. Whatever happens, if your boyfriend leaves you, all things are going to work out. If your husband leaves you, all things are going to work out. All things all things, like I can't express that enough. And that's how my family lives our lives on a daily basis, and it really helps us. There's just so much joy in my home, and I wish I could like bottle it up and like, you know, just kind of give it away, because it's difficult to put it into words, and I'm trying my best because I really want you guys to live a joyful life. You know, life is so precious. People die every day. And for us to complain about the little mundane things of life, that's what keeps us in a rut. And that's what blocks the spiritual world that's what blocks us from realizing the spiritual world that's around us, that's in us. You know, in the Bible, God says, in him I move, and in him I breathe, and in him I have my very being. When you have that recognition, when you realize that recognition, that is not a real word. Recognition, when you have that recognition, that's not a real word. When you realize who lives in you, and if you believe that, when you walk into a room, you shift the atmosphere. Whatever you do, when you touch something, it's blessed. Whoever your friends are, they will become blessed, tremendously blessed, just because they're associated with you. When you realize who lives in you, the creator of the universe lives in you, when you have that realization, you can live a spiritual life. You can be nice to people because you realize that person that cut you off, or that kind of cussed you out, or that was rude to you, when you live in the spiritual realm, you don't necessarily react to what that person is doing in that moment. You kind of see spiritually what's going on. Oh wow, if I just kind of accidentally got into this person's lane, just accidentally, just a little bit, and they're laying on the horn and cussing me out and, you know, giving me the middle finger, in that moment, that's when you tap into your spirituality and you say, you know what? God bless you. That had nothing to do with me. So, you know, sir, I'm sorry that I accidentally got over into your lane. But all the FUs and the fingers and all the cussing and stuff, that has nothing to do with you. But it has everything to do with that person with whatever it is that they're dealing with. You can't get that upset in 2 seconds because somebody kind of accidentally, you know, scooted over into your lane a little bit. You didn't hit the car, you know, whatever. This is about living a spiritual life. It is so possible to move and breathe and have your very being and have that understanding how powerful you are. When you walk into a room, you shift things for the good. When you go into a store, this is what I love. I love life, you guys. Whenever I go into a store, I just say, you know what, Lord, thank you for all the favor that's showing up in my life right now. Whenever I go somewhere, I just thank God for the favor before I even walk in the door. And people will either give me stuff or bless me somehow, some way, because I am confident in who lives in me, and I know the power that's in realizing, in the recognition of who lives in me. And when you have that realization, the fear that you have about certain things, it begins to dissipate because you realize you're moving and breathing. Who's in you? Who's living and moving and breathing in you? When you realize that, you become more confident to speak up because you know who's got your back. Do you guys get it? So moving forward, I want you guys to practice seeing yourself differently. It's all about how you see yourself. You know, if you see yourself as what you used to do, if you see yourself as your past, or if you see yourself as the things that people called you, you'll kind of walk around life kind of hunched over and not really knowing how much power you have inside of you. So I want you guys to see yourself differently. God lives in you. The creator of the universe lives in you. How dare we slump over and be afraid to do anything? Like, how dare we? We are powerful human beings. So I want you guys to get a different vision of yourself. Get a different perspective of who you are, and I promise you that your days will move so much easier. You'll laugh more. You'll find that you just have a joy, just like the scripture talk about, a joy that surpasses all understanding, which means that You know, you could be going through hell and your girlfriends are looking at you like, girl, how you still, you know, put your clothes on, you got your hair done, nails done, you still got it going on with all the hell that you're going through. And it's because she's got a joy inside of her that surpasses all understanding. It's hard to understand when somebody is filled with so much joy when hell is breaking out around them. But it's possible. It's so possible to live that kind of lifestyle, and it all depends on you. And number one, how you see yourself, and number two, what you choose to focus on.